Hi everyone, it's me. Number 10. There are 4 species of tapirs. These include the Malay tapir, the mountain tapir, the Brazilian tapir, and the Indian tapir. All of these tapirs belong to the genus Tapirus, but they vary in their scientific names. For example, the Malay tapir is known by the name Tapirus indicus, while the Brazilian tapir is called Tapirus terrestris. Number 9. The name tapir was given by the Portuguese when they found this animal in South America. They used the word tape, which means flat, and added the suffix ear to make it tapir. This was because the animal had a flat or dish-shaped face. 8. The Malay tapir has no natural predators. Although it can be hunted by humans, this species is generally safe from predation. This is not true for other tapir species, such as the mountain tapir. Even though it is a large mammal, it is often hunted by jaguars. Number 7. When tapirs are born, they cannot see. Newborn tapirs have their eyes closed for around 1 week after birth. During this time, they depend on their mother for survival and stay close to her at all times. Number 6. Tapirs have 2 main enemies, jaguars and anacondas. Jaguars will hunt adult tapirs, while anacondas may prey on both adult and young tapirs. The only place where tapirs can escape these predators is in the water. Tapirs are good swimmers and spend a lot of time in the water to keep themselves safe. 5. In some countries, tapirs are considered sacred animals. In these countries, hunting tapirs is illegal. Also, harming a tapir or even killing one can result in a heavy fine. Number 4. A group of male tapirs will isolate a female from the herd during mating season so that they can mate with her turn by turn. After the mating season ends, the female will rejoin the group. This behavior is also seen in other mammals like chimpanzees. Number 3. Both male and female tapirs have fan-shaped lower incisors that grow continuously throughout their lives. These teeth resemble those of rodents and are used for clipping the branches of bushes. However, unlike rodents, tapirs do not gnaw on wood. Instead, they use their teeth to cut through vegetation like vines, leaves, and fruits. Number 2. Apart from their teeth, tapirs have no other dentition in their mouth. This means that they do not have any canines or molars. The absence of molars might come as a surprise to many people since tapirs consume tough fibrous plants. But the large size of their incisors allows them to cut through fibrous plants easily, making up for the lack of molars. 1. Due to excessive hunting and habitat loss, mountain tapirs have become extinct in some parts of their native range. Currently, they are critically endangered, and conservationists are trying their best to protect them from going extinct. Mountain tapirs are listed under Appendix I of CITES, which bans international trade in their body parts. Now that you know a few facts about tapirs, let's take a look at what they eat. Tapirs are herbivores, and their diet consists mainly of aquatic plants. Water is essential for tapirs, since it helps keep their skin free of parasites and insects. They spend a considerable amount of time in rivers, lakes, and swamps looking for food. Aquatic vegetation makes up about 60% of their diet. Some examples of aquatic plants consumed by tapirs include water hyacinths, water lily, and Amazon frogsbit. While most of their meals consist of aquatic plants, occasionally they may eat fruit. This is especially true for the Malay tapir, which feeds on land instead of in water. Most species of tapirs will eat fruit if they can find it, but it doesn't play a significant role in their diet. While we are on the topic of what they eat, here's something interesting. The Malay tapir, which is found in southern Thailand, has a more varied diet than the other 3 species. This is because its habitat is closer to lowland forests. The Malay tapir mostly feeds on fruit and leaves. Sometimes it also eats grasses, flowers, bark, fungi, and ferns. In contrast, the mountain tapir, which is found in the higher altitudes of the Andes Mountains, has to settle for whatever vegetation it can find. Its diet mainly consists of aquatic plants. If there aren't many aquatic plants available, the mountain tapir will resort to eating leaves and twigs. The Brazilian tapir also has a varied diet. It feeds on land and in water. On land, it eats leaves and fruits, while in water, it feeds on aquatic plants. The Indian tapir is very similar to the Brazilian tapir. It too feeds on leaves and fruits on land and aquatic plants in water. However, the Indian tapir has a special taste for tall grasses. While other tapir species generally avoid tall grasses, the Indian tapir will gladly feed on them. Now that you know what they eat, let's take a look at where tapirs live. The Malay tapir is found in southern Thailand, southernmost Myanmar, southern Laos, and the Malay Peninsula. It prefers to live in swampy lowland forests near water bodies. The Malay tapir's preferred habitat is different from the other three species. The Brazilian tapir can be found in the forested regions of northern South America. Its range extends from Venezuela to Bolivia and French Guiana. Although it is called the Brazilian tapir, the majority of this animal's population can be found in French Guiana. The Indian tapir is found in the Western Ghats of India. It is also present in Sri Lanka, although the population here is very small. Lastly, the mountain tapir can be found in the tropical Andes of Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia. Out of all the species of tapir, the mountain tapir has the largest distribution range. All four species of tapir prefer to live in warm tropical climates. They can adapt to various habitats as long as there is enough vegetation for them to eat. Each of the four species of tapir has a unique appearance. They have thick grayish-brown fur, a short muzzle, small ears, and a prehensile tail. Their fur helps keep them cool in hot weather and protects them from biting insects. They have webbed feet, which makes it easier for them to swim. Their tails are about 2 feet long and are prehensile, which means that they can grasp objects with them. They use their tails for grasping branches while they are eating. The tails are also useful when they are fighting with each other. Lastly, their legs are short and sturdy, which makes it easier for them to walk in the mud and water. In terms of size, the Malay tapir is the largest species. Adults usually weigh between 500 and 700 kilograms. They are also the largest land mammals in Southeast Asia. The next largest species is the Brazilian tapir. It weighs between 300 and 600 kilograms. The Indian tapir is the smallest species. It weighs between 250 and 450 kilograms. Lastly, the mountain tapir is the tallest species. It stands up to 2.5 feet tall at the shoulder. All species of tapir are generally solitary animals, except for females with calves. Adult males are usually found alone, while females with calves may live in groups of up to 5 individuals. Males will form loose groups during mating season, but after the mating season ends, they go back to being solitary. When tapirs are threatened, they try to hide rather than confront the threat head-on. This is why tapirs are rarely seen in open areas. In some cases, tapirs have been observed using tools to save themselves from danger. For example, they sometimes push floating logs toward themselves and climb on top of them. They then remain motionless until the threat passes. Even though tapirs are great swimmers, they cannot float. This is probably because their body shape is not streamlined. The average lifespan of tapirs in the wild is about 20 years, but they can live up to 50 years in captivity. So there you have it, 10 amazing facts about tapirs, including what they eat and where they live. Do you find tapirs interesting? Let me know in the comments section below. And before you leave, don't forget to subscribe so you can see more videos like this one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.